Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Duchess DJ Love. We're going to be talking about retirement today. I'm going to be spilling the beans on why I really retired. I know I look so young. How can I possibly retire, right? Well, I've been planning for this for over 20 years. I knew this day would come that I would want to retire and explore the world and, not work the 9 to 5. That grind would just be too much. Back 20 years ago when I started planning for this, though, I didn't realize or have any idea what life would be later on in life. For me personally, there's been a lot of challenges. I have elderly parents and I'm an only child, so I look after them. I'm the one that, help them with their daily lives, make sure that they're comfortable, that things are going well for them. And I love my parents dearly. They're my best friends. We have traveled the world together. They have sacrificed so much for me so that I could do the things in life that I want to do. So now in their golden years, I want to look after them. My job was beginning to cause issues with that. I'd been with the same agency for almost 20 years, and it had been wonderful. I mean, I was an advocate of where I worked at. I was like, everybody needs to work here. This is the best place to work. Life is great. And then we had a reorg. You know how the agencies shift things up and shake things and rattle and just try to realign for the benefit of the dollar. Well, that really just messed up our lives, messed up my world, especially because I was thrown into a position that I hadn't really done before. Yes, I knew most of what the task would be like. I had an idea of them. And to the work environment was so different. It was not what I was used to. Previously in my 18 years of working for this company, we had a family. It was like your family you were working with. Yeah, there were challenges and ups and downs, but you enjoyed it because it was family. You all knew how to help one another out. In this new organization, it didn't work like that. But you know me, hey, I'm positive. I got a smile on my face. I got a great job. I'm like, okay, I make great money. I get to work from home. So, just suck it up, right? And I'm like, okay, the first 90 days, I'm like, oh my God, how can I get through this? And I'm like, okay, well, it's new. It's a new environment, a newly formed group. I guess they hadn't really thought out what was expected of us at that time. So I'm like, okay, I'm giving it a shot. Then 6 months into it, it was still chaos. It seemed like nobody knew what was going on, what direction we're going. Communication lacked. I mean, it was just a disarray of what was expected from what I was used to. But then I'm positive. I voiced my thoughts and concerns. Hey, this has got to be better. We need procedures. We need to know what's expected of us. Okay, so 90 more days went by, and I'm thinking, okay, things are going to get better. We got some team leads in there. We got some help. For a little while, things seemed to look like it was going well, and then it went right back to like day one, just pure chaos. I don't know if management didn't know what management was doing. I don't know what the issues were, but I made in my mind. I set my mind then. Had planned to retire early. I'm going to do it. This is frustrating. It's taking a toll on my health. It's stressing me out. I have enough to deal with without a job that's just chaotic. The frustration was beyond reason. I was miserable. Okay, so I decided I retire. I just had enough. And so that's what I did. And I've been asked since I made that decision, do you regret anything? Yes, I regret that I didn't do it a year earlier. I wish I'd have retired a year earlier. I didn't know the weight would be lifted off my shoulders. I didn't realize how much damage this 1 year of this job, chaotic, miserable, working a job that you absolutely hate from day to day would do to your insides, to your health. Because our health is our wealth. And if we don't take care of our health, then what do we have really? Do you want to retire, where you're miserable and sick and you can barely get out of bed, or you're hurting, you're aching? Well, all of those symptoms come from stress and working a job that's not fulfilling to you. If you're working a job like me where you're miserable, but you hated getting up every morning to go to that job. And for me, that was just rolling out of bed and clicking the laptop on because I work from home. I have it I had it easier than most people. Most people had to drive to an office. They had to pay to park. They had to pay for their lunch. I mean, there's a lot more expenses that went into it. So if you're miserable with your job, rethink what you're doing. I'm telling you, you're smart. You got that job, you can get another job. Life is too short to work in something that's miserable for you. Because if you're miserable, you may think it's only affecting you and you're providing for your family. That's not the case. You're taking valuable time from your loved ones. You come home to them upset, stressed out. You're aging at a quick rate that you may not be around for them when the kids grow up. You may not be around to take care of that family that you're working so hard for right now. That's why I retired. Because this is not what I would call my first career. This is my second career. My first career was in finance and investments. I was good at it too. I enjoyed it. But again, with investments, if you know anything about corporate investments, that's one of those jobs that has very long hours, high stress too. But back then I was real young. I was just out of college, so I could handle it. And I loved it. I love what I do. I love making money. I still love making money. That's where I learned my investment and banking background, was my first career. So I was good at that. However, a time come when there were cutbacks and all those new people, or I would say the ones that didn't have seniority, were let go. I was devastated. My heart was broken because this was a job that I loved. Even though it was like 60 hours a week, I enjoyed it. I like that fast-paced investment, the strategy, the incitement, And back then we had happy hour after work get-togethers, and we'd all just talk about what's going on in the industry. It was a lot of socialization and fun. However, it does take a toll on you. And while I was on unemployment for those 3 months looking for a similar job, it dawned on me, do you really want to do this for the rest of your life? Do you really want to work 60, 70 hours a week? Yeah, you're making good money, but what is that money doing for you? You don't have any free time to travel. You don't have much free time to do the things that you love, which me, traveling. I wanted long weekends to go places. I had the money, but I didn't have the time. So with that realization hit me, I'm like, okay, I'm smart. At that time, I had an MBA. I had education under my belt. I had some great work experience, great references. So I got to thinking, surely I can do something else. I don't want to do this the rest of my life. And what if there's more cutbacks? And what if the economy takes another downturn, later on in life? It may not be so hard for me to get a new job. So I started looking outside of my field of expertise. And initially, I didn't really think anybody would, give me the time of day, because in my limited thought processes, you had to have experience in that particular job setting or what they wanted in that particular career settings. But I applied anyway. I'm like, hey, give it a shot. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. I got to show the unemployment people that, I applied for several jobs, every week to keep my unemployment compensation rolling in. And that's all I had. So I needed that money. So I did it. Lo and behold, a recruiter found me and was like, hey, I want you to go on this interview for this job. You got the skills for it. And I was totally dead set against it. This was not the line of work that I thought I wanted or ever wanted. I didn't have a high opinion of our government or being a federal employee. That was just not me. But this recruiter knew how to get my attention. He asked me point blank, he goes, don't you like to eat? I'm like, yeah, I like to eat. He goes, well, have you been going out to your favorite restaurant since you've been on unemployment? I'm like, no. I'm like, of course, my money's limited. He goes, I tell you what, what's your favorite restaurant? I'm like, okay, Red Lobster. I love them cheese biscuits. I love Red Lobster and fresh seafood. He's like, so you hadn't been able to go there for a while? I said, no. When I get another job, though, I'll be going back. He goes, if you go on this interview, I'll give you a $100 gift card to go to that restaurant. Back then, that $100 gift card would have bought me 5 meals, okay? So I'm like, really? You going to give me this gift card to go on this interview? I'm like, why? He's like, well, to be honest with you, you'll be doing me a favor. I need to send one more qualified candidate for me to get my bonus. He goes, you probably don't stand a chance of getting the job, but hey, you won't eat. I'll give you the gift card. And that's the way it's going to be. I'm like, okay. He goes, can you come by my office? It's on the way before you go there. And I'll just prep you a little bit to at least make you look like you're qualified. I'm like, yeah, don't send me into something where I'm not qualified. Because I really didn't want the job. And I already told him that I knew I was getting an offer from the company that I really wanted the next day. And I knew, it was happening. They were going to set me up to get my fingerprints, do the drug testing and all that. So I knew I had another job. But I went on this interview for this man. He'll say, $100 to go to my favorite restaurant. Yeah, I'm doing it. And I go on the interview. The people were really nice. I liked them. They were very friendly. And, but they didn't say much, but they kept me there for like an hour and they kept asking me about me. It's like all I talked about was me, and not about my work experience, about my life, what I like to do and, the fun things in life that I wanted to accomplish. That's what they wanted to know about, how I saw my life years down the road. So I get back and I tell the recruiter, I said, hey, we just talked for a while, hey, you should get your quota, I think it went well, blah, blah, blah. A few minutes later, he calls me back and goes, yeah, it went very well. They want to hire you. How much is that other job offering you tomorrow? And I told him what they're going to give me. He goes, what if I give you $3,000 more? Will you take this one? I'm like, yeah. So long story short, I went into my second career with the government, and that's where I've been for almost the past 20 years. And again, it's been a great ride, except for the past year. Now, since I've been miserable, I didn't want to do this anymore. And this time around, I had an annuity. I could retire with benefits, so I'd get a little bit of money once I retired. I'd also saved and planned for this, so I knew how much money I would need in years to come to buffer me. Also, as you follow me along, I have a money mindset, entrepreneur background, make my money work for me. So I'm not going at this with unemployed this time, so to speak. I have multiple streams of income rolling in from different investments, from different financial choices that I've made. So I'm going to have the cash rolling in. My lifestyle is not going to change. But to get back to that point, let's just say I was making $140,000+ a year. Now my annuity is only going to be $26,000 a year. Yes, that's a significant drop. That's like 80% of what I was used to making. You might think, well, how in the world, Duchess, are you going to live off that? First of all, again, I had planned for this. And I live way below my means, people. Money is a tool for us to do things and enjoy life. So I live way below my means. I don't live off $140,000+ salary a year, which I could. I live off probably less than $70,000 a year. And I live a very nice life off that $70,000 a year. So the other money that I had, it went into investments, savings, CDs, the stock market, real estate. And so since I'm used to living off, say, $70,000 now, and I'm going to be getting $26,000, that's not such a hard amount to make up when I already have money where it's just going to roll in. Plus, I have side ventures where, income's going to still roll in. Like I have my blog, I have my YouTube channels, I have my books. Money's going to keep rolling in. So that's why I tell people you need to have multiple sources of income. So if you get like me, you're miserable in life and you want to retire, you can retire. You have the means to do so. Also believe in yourself. If you got one job, you can get another job. You don't have to be in a miserable situation. Start putting in for different opportunities. Just because this one job pays well, and it may pay more than you can get your next job, is your quality of life worth that extra money? If you're being miserable, it's taking a toll on your health, the stress getting to you, it affects you, your family, and everyone involved, is that really the best choice? I don't think so. And again, I will be, lowering my energy. I'll be doing things to be more frugal, which I'm already frugal. I travel on a budget. It's I call myself gallivanting like a royal because I do it on a budget. I'm very thrifty. There's ways to save. There's ways to make money. There's ways to do everything. You just got to believe in yourself. This is your sign today to believe in yourself. This is my retirement journey, and I want to share every stage with you. This is just a little over a week of me being, as I call it, free from the 9 to 5. Look at me. I'm so happy. Can you see the glow in my face? I don't have these weights on my shoulders. I don't wake up in the morning now feeling miserable. Oh, God, I got to go do this job never knowing what's expected out of me. You could never plan your day. I never knew if I could take a lunch break at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, or if I'd even get a lunch break that day with so much going on. but now I do. I care for my parents. I can look out for them. I have time to, do the things that matter to me. And I always say the money will come. I'm not worried about the money. And I know we have bills to pay. And like I said, if I got a $50,000 deficit right now in my yearly expenses, that's a big thing to think about. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. Fortunately for me, I don't. But for you got to have the right mindset. You got to have that abundance mindset. That's how come I surround myself with things to make me think money is easy. It's effortlessly. It comes to me freely. And, I state my affirmations. I'll go to a casino, and most people say I'm throwing away $100. I'm investing $100 when I go to a casino. I don't really expect to win the jackpot, but hey, if it does, it does. But the way I see it is, this is my entertainment. I'm putting this $100 in this slot machine, and I'm going to enjoy it. And if it makes me money, yay. And if it don't, this is my entertainment. But at the same time, I'm telling my mind, I'm reinforcing up here in my mind, this is an effortless way to make money. All I do is spin the big wheel, hit this button, and I could get a jackpot. And you don't realize, but sometimes when you tell your brain that money is easy, effortlessly, it's going to come to you just like if you're in a casino and you just hitting the slot machine, boom, and it just, you hit the jackpot. That's the way real life is. You never know when you're happy, you're in a great frame of mind, who you're going to meet that can help you with your ideas, make your dreams come true. But if you're working a job that's miserable, 9 to 5, you don't have that smile. You're just sad, you're sullen, you're stressed out, you have no ideas. Your body's taking a toll with like all the stress that's just eating you up. Ugh. You're not putting your best self forward. So how can good opportunities come to you? That's why my retirement revelations are important. I'm going to share with you all the different things you have to think about. You got to plan for retirement. It just doesn't happen. You can't live off Social Security, so you're going to have money. What if you have a job that you're working at 9 to 5 and you're miserable and you don't even get an annuity? At least I'm getting an annuity. I'm getting, roughly a little over $2,000 a month to do nothing. I've earned it, okay? So at least I've got some money rolling in to buffer me. I've also got these other ventures going on. I got my podcasting. I got my blogging. I got my books. I'm going to be writing more books and be sharing more stories. I'm going to be showing you this big, beautiful world that I'm going to travel in. I work with brands, to go see places, to create content for them. This is exciting life that I want to do. And I could have put it off for a few more years, but what about that toll that was taken on me on the inside? It was taking a toll on my health. My parents and friends have seen a different side of me in the past week. They're like, wow, you so much lighter. You so much happier. You got so much energy now. They can see my sparkle coming back. That miserable job for that 1 year was really just taking a toll, destroying my life, destroying who I am. It was taking my love from me, the love that I want to give to you. So that's how come my retirement revelations are so important, because I want you to see the youth in me. That yes, I'm not truly old enough to retire and get Social Security yet, but I plan where I wouldn't have to do that. There's a thing called the FIRE community, Financially Independent Retirement Early Group. That's where I learned how to do all this. So there's tools and tips and tricks out there for you too. I want to give you some hope this morning. As you look in the background, kind of like the sun coming up, there's hope for you. I don't want you being in a miserable job. I don't want you working to 9 to 5 and being miserable, because it's not good for you or your family, especially your health. Your health is your wealth. We got to have the abundance mindset, the money mindset. So I want you to start planning your retirement right now. Let's say you are happy. Are you saving your money? Are you participating in your company's profit sharing plan? Are you participating in a 401? Are you participating in something like that where you're setting away tax-free dollars for later in your life? Do you have a Roth IRA where you're putting after-tax dollars in an account to save it for you? Do you even have CDs? Do you even have investments? Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have a 3-month emergency fund? If something were to happen to you and you're the breadwinner of your family and you're out of work for 3 months, where are they going to get the money? So these are some of the things to think about. Cut back. There's ways to cut back. Like on me, on my energy. Did you know that you can make a significant savings on energy if you just lower your energy 8 hours a day? Well, I don't sleep 8 hours a day, but it's more like 6. But before I go to bed and when I first get up in the morning, the power is lower. and it's the wintertime. So I set it way lower. Let's say they say you have your setting on 68. I have mine on 66. I'm underneath the covers and warm anyway. That's saving my energy. Same thing with eating out. I kind of plan for the month. Here's what I like. Here's what I want to eat. And I look for stuff that's on sale at the grocery store. Hey, use coupons. Be thrifty. But you got to plan ahead. Planning ahead is a big thing. And also, I like to tell people that you're working and money's coming in right now and you're living paycheck to paycheck. Surely there's one item you can cut out. There's one way you can save $5 every week. And once you start saving that $5 every week, you'll want to save more. And you'll see you got a cushion over here on the side where, you know, that little, as I call it, emergency funds waiting on you. So plan for your retirement. It's going to come. Or you may get sick and can't work. Can you live off disability? Or you may not get any money at all. What are you going to do? This is your wake-up call. And I'm Duchess DJ Love, and I'm sharing my retirement revelations with you. Because today, this is a very special episode for me because you need to know about retirement. You need to know about your career planning. You know, this is a phase of your life that you need to think about. And me, I'm excited about this new phase in my life, and I want to share it with you. Because retirement is something to worry about. Because there's plenty of time now for you to think about when you get older. How do you want to live? How much money you're going to need? Because there are so many misconceptions out there what retirement look like. And, you know, the bills are still going to roll in. For me, I actually have several homes. I'm thinking about renting out one of them. Again, making that a rental property. There's tax deductions in that too. I don't have the money, and I keep that home in case I need it for whatever reason. So these are different things you have to think about in retirement. You know, where are you going to live? Can you afford that home that you've loved, that you think, oh, me and my family is going to keep it? Well, guess what? If you're living off a fourth of what you were making, can you still have that home? Can you still live on it? Live in it? But again, I'm Duchess DJ Love. Thank you for joining me. Share your retirement tips in the comments, in the chat. Let me know what you think about retirement. Yeah, I know I'm a little too young to retire, but I'm going to travel this big, beautiful world that we live in. Some way, somehow, things are going to work out for me. I have saved and planned, so I know I have a buffer fund of money. So good things are coming. But what about you? Are you financially stable to do that? Are you working in that 9-to-5 job that you hate right now and how do I escape it? How do I get out of it? I got passion. I want to do something different. My family deserves so much more. Well, here's the thing. We all have a story. You can write a book and publish on Amazon. You may sell 5 copies. You may sell 5 million copies. You don't know until you publish that book. It doesn't cost anything. You can do that freely in your spare time in the evenings when you're home. Just start writing a chapter a day. Well, again, you're skilled at something or you have a passion, a hobby. Why not get on YouTube and share your information in a podcast? It's free to get on YouTube. You never know. You may get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in no time, and you can start making some AdSense money. Or are you skilled in a trade? Can you share tips on that? Can you work part-time, a few hours doing a side hustle for yourself to bring in some extra income? Teach your kids to get on YouTube or have a podcast or to share their stories. Teach them values that can help them make money when they get older. Because you don't want to be like me, working all your life in a career and thinking, wow, one day when I retire, and then it gets so miserable, so hectic, so chaotic that the stress is just killing your body, that your doctor wants to put you on meds, which the meds may help the stress, but it's going to kill your liver. It's going to, mess with your kidneys or, and you get on one pill, you got to take another pill. And all these pills in our bodies is not doing us any good. So I'm hoping I've given you some encouragement today, and hang with me each week. I'll be sharing my retirement revelations. I'll be sharing more on the financial journey, financial tips, what to expect, how to help you. I'll also be posting something of this on my blog, gallivantinglikearoyal.com, for you to check out. And we'll be sharing this. We're doing this together. This is a journey for you and me. Because if I can make retirement work for me in my early years, you can make it work for you too. So I'm cheering for you, rooting you on. And hey, there's a better life. And I'm all about living your best life right now. So thank you for watching. Sending you some love. Send me some back. Bye-bye.